Hi, I'm Suey.
I'm JoJo. Guess what? We're on YouTube.
What?
This is a YouTube video on a YouTube channel, and you know what else is on YouTube?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A lot of K-pop stuff.
Yeah, so we want to talk about that.
Okay.
This is part 6 of K-pop for beginners. Today's subject is the kinds of videos you can watch on YouTube.
I like the terms for weird things.
That help you to learn who the groups are and help you find out about the K-pop groups, basically.
Well, they're just like terms for certain kinds of videos that
are on YouTube.
Is like only in the K-pop.
Right. They're K-pop terms in K-pop world on YouTube.
Like stage. We all know what a stage is. It's a raised platform where you perform.
But not in K-pop.
But what is a stage?
In K-pop, a stage is another word for performance. Oh.
It's the event of performing is a stage.
Yes.
So it's like, we have a stage today. They're performing somewhere.
And they use it for like their debut stage, which means
their debut performance.
Or their goodbye stage.
Their last performance.
Or their comeback stage.
A stage for a comeback.
The first time that they perform a brand new song is a comeback stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stage was a little weird at first, but I caught on to that one really fast.
Yeah, it's a good word. We should
and
incorporate
we actually start using it in our everyday talking, and it's kind of funny because
people are like, "What do you mean you have a stage?"
Yeah. And I love how the guys will, when they're talking about stuff, they will say, "We will come back with better stages for you." They use it all the time too. Yeah.
We're working hard on our
stages. Yeah. Okay, what's a comeback?
So a comeback is when a group comes out with a new song. In between things, they're just kind of like on like little mini hiatuses or breaks, and so then they come back.
This was a weird term for me too, because a comeback tends to make you think that it's been a long time
and they're like old.
And so now they're making a comeback. Well, in K-pop, that is not the case.
Just basically every time that they drop a new song or anything, it's a comeback.
Right. But most of the time, how much time period do you think is in between a comeback normally?
3 to 4 months.
I would say most groups have about 2 comebacks a year.
Yeah.
If they have 3, that's kind of a lot. And then if it's been a year or longer, then we are dying and we think that they're falling off the face of the planet because they haven't had a comeback forever. In Western music, a couple of years is normal, but in K-pop, we want to hear from them at least twice a year with new stuff.
So there's MV. Like, I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
No, it's not, because
some people don't know.
In the very beginning, Megs was throwing out, "Hey, so I watched this MV," and I was like, "What the heck is an MV?" It just means music video, but we don't say music video very often. We say MV.
And they'll put that in like the title, like the actual YouTube title. It's like BTS Idol MV. And so then in the MVs, we have concepts.
And that's pretty self-explanatory there, but it's something that they talk about a lot. They very, very consciously decide on a concept for every comeback and every MV.
Concept of the album, concept of...
They'll do photo shoots to promote the album that will tease us about the concept. And they'll do teasers that tease us about the concept.
Concept trailer, like what the BTS has some concept trailers. Stray Kids had a concept trailer. It wasn't a teaser for the music video, it was a teaser for the concept.
And some groups are known more for their crazy concepts than others.
Like VIX are known as the Concept Kings.
Because they have really awesome concepts.
I feel like Monster X has like a constant concept. I mean, they have like their harder music videos are kind of all the same concept, like the same feel. then they also have like their cute ones, but those are more of like the self cams.
For me, the BTS isn't more about their concept, but more about their whole package and story that ties all their comebacks together. And they kind of have a series, the trilogies they call them, right? Because they put them out in threes, and they all tie together, and that's their concept. Their concept is having this.
That's how they organize it.
Big package thing with having everything tied in together, and it's quite a complicated concept.
But then there are groups that like totally are just all over the place in concepts, like CLC, their debut song, and then going to Hobgoblin, super cutesy, miniskirt, cute girls, and then to Hobgoblin, which is like goth.
Well, and I was just gonna say that
clothes, and then like Uptension, So Dangerous, to Uptension Tonight.
We can put concepts kind of in categories. We've got your cute concepts, and your dark concepts, and your sexy concepts, and your story concepts.
Girl crush is common for the girl groups.
Oh, so the little more edgy girl groups.
Yeah, edgy.
Stuff.
Edgy is a good word for girl crush.
Yeah. So concepts are a fun thing.
What's next? Dance practice.
So all the groups put out their official MVs, their music videos, and then usually a week later, a couple days later, then they put out their dance practice, which is not
it's not a real dance practice. It's
really
just
some of them started that way.
Yeah, like Super Junior had some.
Well, and even BTS has some real dance practices, kind of.
But anyway, so it's just they put the camera up and film themselves just doing the dance in their studio or somewhere else where it's just the dance and only the dance.
And the music is really usually crappy quality.
So it's just you can see the dance without any distractions.
And you can, I mean, because the music is just kind of crappy, you can hear like their feet pounding the floor and their breathing and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes they're just in their workout clothes. But sometimes they decide to do fun dance practices where they actually wear a concept for their dance practices.
Yeah, a lot of them like match or like say, let's wear
hoodies,
colorful hoodies,
or let's do the boyfriend concept. So they're just all in their jeans and their distressed jeans and t-shirts or whatever. Or let's do a suit concept, or let's do a costume, a Halloween one, and they all do it in their Halloween costumes. Or sometimes they do a funny one where it's a dance practice, but they be silly and they bug each other through the whole thing, and they kind of sabotage each other's moves, and it's really, really funny. We love dance practices. Why do we love them so much?
Because the dancing is awesome, and you can just see it in its natural way.
And no distractions.
Without editing.
Without all the production crap.
Sometimes they have different versions of dance practices. One where the camera is still just shooting them, and one where the camera is moving. Like, there's just so many different types of videos.
Sometimes they have focuses on dance practices, and they focus on one person, and so you got 7 versions of the dance practice, and each time it's focused on a different person. And I've made some dance practices compilations already, some of our favorites, so go look for those. I'll link, maybe. But they also come out with
a dance performance version
or / choreography MV.
Same concept as a music video, like same clothes.
They're in the world, editing, and they're in the world of the music video.
But it's without like all the close-ups of their face singing. It's just like the dancing shots.
Yes.
And sometimes there are different versions of those. Like Noir with airplane mode has a black performance version, a white performance version, and the original official MV, and then also the dance practice.
There's so much.
So as we said, there are stages, so there are the different kinds of stages.
And all those will be up on YouTube too. They will be filmed by whatever company.
They're like the broadcast
are broadcasting it, like yes. M Countdown.
Kpop, M Countdown.
Inkigayo.
Yeah.
So let me just repeat here. When a group comes out with a new song, a comeback, we have the video. We have the performance video. We have the dance practice. We have the comeback stage. We have all these things to watch when a brand new song drops.
When a brand new song drops and they have a comeback, this time period is called promotions.
That's pretty obvious too. And in part of their promotions, they will do interviews and they will do
They just go
Ask
out
in a
and
Box,
do all kinds of stuff.
and Weekly Idol.
Because they're in the comeback time, so they're just promoting.
So they're doing all kinds of stuff where we can watch them eventually on YouTube.
Sometimes a member will have something wrong with them, and so then people will say they aren't promoting with them right now, which just means they're not out doing all the stuff with them.
They're taking a little break.
At the end of promotions, when they have a comeback, they have their goodbye stage, which is their last performance of that comeback promotion era.
There's also eras.
Era.
An era is usually named by whatever song the comeback was. And we always define the eras by what color of hair they have.
But like, if I see a picture of an Uptension member, I can tell what era that picture was taken in by the clothes they're wearing or their hair. So, at the stages, there are people in the audience, and they record. And these recordings of the performances are called
Fan cams.
Yeah, I mean, it's self-explanatory, but it's a term that I hadn't heard before.
We'd never seen that being used before.
Fan cam.
And fan cams are also not just their performance stages, but like at concerts, which are
Yeah.
stages also, but a different kind of thing than the stages we're talking about here. So people will do fan cams. Oftentimes they will focus on one guy, and then you can watch a so-and-so focused fan cam. And everybody really likes those, especially if people can do good quality videos.
They're really stressful to take yourself.
We have a few Uptension ones and a few Monsta X ones, and a few from KCON. We haven't done any focused ones, it's the whole group.
I wouldn't want to do a focused one because then you're only focusing on one person.
Right. So the focused ones are annoying.
I mean, like to
then
actually film. They're good to watch, but not to film.
Right. Okay, the last thing that you can watch on YouTube is
reaction videos.
a lot of people find that when they get into K-pop, then they want to see what other people think about the music videos, and so they start searching out reaction videos. We find reaction videos to be a really weird anomaly. Why is it fun to watch somebody else watch something? But I guess it's because it's like you're there with them watching them together as friends, sort of like. And certain people get respected for what they think about music videos and their take on them, and especially if people have like lots of knowledge and background, don't you think? People like to see what they think about them. Reactions to videos are a huge thing. Something we didn't know about when we first started this channel, but we learned quickly that that was something that people really liked to see. There's probably tons more, but those are some of the main concepts and terms that we wanted to talk about if you're just getting into K-pop and you're trying to figure out all the different things.
Most important probably are stage.
MVs, comebacks. Okay, that's it for this one. Have
Thanks
fun.
for watching.
Bye.
Have fun K-popping.
Let's be friends and K-pop together.
Have fun. Catch the Hallyu wave. Is that our thing? Okay.
No, let's be friends and K-pop together.
Let's be friends and K-pop together.
Bye.